Good morning and good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another session. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of July 2025. Let's see what the dollar index has for us. Okay. So as we spoke about yesterday, we said that the market is likely going to not reverse, but it has the potential. And I spoke about these two gaps, that in case price trades through them, then there's a high probability it's gonna trade up in here. It's gonna trade up in here. Okay, and I think I gave 97.16. So that is where I think price is going. So yesterday, when the New York session broke structure because it couldn't sustain the gaps, the London gaps, price broke structure, pulled back. This became an inverted fair value gap, and then price screamed higher. So hopefully, again, that's why we do these live sessions, so you can get updated, and I give you what to do and what not to do. So yesterday I gave you, if we break this, then we are going to go higher. Then you look for sell on euro and then sell on the British pound. So British pound actually gave this gap, became an inverted fair value gap, because that's the one that I was looking for them to hold and go higher. And I actually gave you the refined version, which was here. Right, so that became the inverted gap, and you can see price stayed there, and then this is where we are now, right? So as it stands, it looks like we might be having a pullback where we have this low here and this high. Let's go back to the dollar. If we are able to close today like this, price would have gone through this fair value gap, and that would mean we might be trading back into this range, this low to this high. And also, I think last week I did speak about the seasonal tendency on the dollar index. So let me bring it back again. Okay, so last week I told you that dollar index between the between towards the end of the month to 7th of July, there's a high probability dollar index will go up. Okay, and we kind of seeing that over here. So if we can close above that fair value gap, then we will potentially be coming back up a little bit. This level here, this low, is a possible target for price to reach for. Okay, it's a possible target for price to reach for. On top of that, we have NFP, we have non-farm payroll on Friday, so more reason they are likely gonna go up if today can stay like this. Okay, so if today can stay like this, then there's a high probability we might be trading a little bit higher to this low, even possibly to this fair value, this volume imbalance. So I think going forward, you can start looking for, you need to be patient though, right? Let today close. Okay, listen to it carefully. Let today close first. If today closes on the dollar index, that is when what I'm saying is possible. But if we don't close and by the close of the day we reject, then all that I'm saying, put it to the sidelines, and then we can continue going down. But I think there's more chance of price closing bullish today than rejecting. Okay, so that means euro, you can start looking for lower prices going forward. This, if we can close leaving a gap here, that can act as resistance, because we have this candles low that can act as resistance. Okay, and then price will go lower, so you can look for something like this to go down, right? And in terms of targeting for this afternoon, this candle's low, it's important to come here, so watch that level. 1.173, that is the next target. So during this New York session, you can look for reasons for price to come here. Now I have added, I've added euro pound, and the euro pound that I've added is only to give an idea on whether to take euro USD or GBP USD. Okay, so it's just going to be used to determine what pair price is going to move. Okay, so yeah, that is what the euro pound is there for. It's not there necessarily to be taking trades. If I see a good opportunity to take a trade, like yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday during the New York session, it actually came. Sorry, during the London session, it came to a New York gap, right? If we see something like this, then yes, we will take a trade, but it's mainly going to be used for determining where price is gonna go. Okay, so that is that. We are not going to be analyzing it, but we'll use it to determine what euro USD and pound USD is gonna do. Dollar yen, so same thing, similar to the dollar. We actually broke structure, traded through the imbalance, and then it came back to the the New York gap, and then we flew away. So I think similar to the dollar index, this one, it's also pulling back. Okay, it's not reversing, it's pulling back. On the daily time frame, and the only area that is logical for them to pull back is here. Okay, that inverted fair value gap area, that is where price is likely gonna pull back. So let's see if we can close bullish today, then we can probably be expecting a continuation to the upside to go and trade up here. All right. Okay, I don't know if there is some news event. It could be. Let me double check. Yes, there is a news event. So it looks like they've used that news event to retrace already. Okay. They've used that news event to retrace. So let me quickly double check on the okay, so watch this level over here. That's the London gap. Okay. I don't think it's gonna go all the way down. Now watch the low that they've put in here. If they break that, that is when it's gonna go down, but I don't think that will be the case. All right, so Euro might give. Okay, let's wait till 130. All right, because this candle did not give the gap, so let's wait till 130. Let me continue with gold, and then we will come back to the dollar and the euros later, because what is happening now is just news event. Okay, so gold, yesterday we failed to touch that level. All right, so in my opinion, I think it's gonna come back there again. Okay, because price did fail to touch that gap on the daily. It starts from the 3,358 level. So they might come back there one more time before any significant move. Now this move here does not qualify because it's not coming off from any level. Okay, so it needed to touch this before we can consider this move. The fact that I didn't touch it means this is manipulation. They can come back above it again before price will go down. So we are looking forward for one more move to come here and then an aggressive rejection. That's when we can look for potential sell ideas. Okay, so patient. Crude oil. So crude oil yesterday, same thing. it didn't give me the immediate close, the red candle. I only played with this 15 minutes immediate close, and it didn't, you can see it didn't work out much, because it was supposed to come back down here. This was meant to be a pullback, and then we come down here, but it didn't do that. So the 1 hour needs to give us the immediate close before we can look for that continuation to the downside. So I'm watching this, and so far so good. I like it because we've gone up Monday, Tuesday. Okay, we've been going up Monday, Tuesday. So until we get something like this, even this is not best, something like this candle, okay, we are moving away from this inverted gap, and then we get immediate close. Okay, that's what we want to see. So this candle, if the next 40 minutes can close below this up candle, then yes, that'll be a great one, because that will give us a nice order block for us to key off from. Now, in case you're wondering what this level is, it's just the inverted fair value gap over here, right, on the daily. Okay, so that is that on the crude oil. We are looking for immediate close, then we can take a position. ES, so ES yesterday, that also couldn't give us a run below the previous day's low. Okay, we needed price to give us a previous day's low. Price couldn't give us a previous day's low. So far I've not actually done anything with it. Let me look at the 1 hour. It's likely gonna go for the equal lows, I think, maybe today, because they've engineered equal lows over here. So we are likely gonna go there. So watch this gap that has formed in London. They can trade up into it and then send price to attack this equal low. Okay, so during this New York session, make sure you watch the gap for maybe a pullback to it and then a move down. All right, so that is also that for the ES. Now I'll come back to the dollar index at 130, because okay, no, we don't have any other news today. I thought we had another news at 130, but let me go and finish the other pairs, which is the cryptos, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so let me go to Bitcoin first. So Bitcoin, yesterday we were anticipating price to come here before going up, but you can see price couldn't get there. Now that in of itself is not a bad thing, but what it needs to do now is, if we are going to go higher, if we are going to resume going higher, then we need a close above this candle's high on a daily basis. Okay, if we can close above it on a daily basis, that is when we can resume going higher. If not, then we are still prone to come down here. Price is still subject to come down to the 104.70 104.704 level. Unless we close above this high, then we be looking for the 110.651. If not, then this is still a pullback relative to this high, to that low. It's a pullback, and then we'll come back down here. So don't get too excited with this move here. Okay, don't get too excited with it, because it could just be a pullback. I think there's a nice fair value gap over here, so it could just be a pullback, and then price will come back down to 104,704. Okay. Okay, so based on that idea, Ethereum is also likely going to do that. Okay, even though it's traded into this gap, until Bitcoin shows intention it wants to go up, this is still likely gonna come back down again. Same thing with Solana. We are not gonna go up yet. We could still reject, and then come back and attack previous day's low. AI16Z, same thing. We are not gonna go up yet. We could still come back and attack this equal low. Hype, we've said several times, hype needs to come down to 30.66. If we don't touch it, we are not interested in longs. Ripple, I think yesterday I spoke about this, likely should hold. If not, then they're gonna take out the low, because on the daily it needed to come to that fair value gap here. Okay, so I'm not surprised that they've come back to it. At the same time, until Bitcoin is ready to go up, Ripple might not go up yet. So, and this is something that I would say take note of it. Okay, take note of this very thing here. Sometimes it does. The reason why I said we can go up from here is because this is crypto. Okay, this is crypto, so it could go up from here. If this was a currency, I would say they will come and stop. They will come for this low. Okay, if this was a currency, I would say they will come for this low. Now, why would I say they will come for this low? Is because based on the lower time frame, okay, based on the lower time frame, price is looking not for the gap inside the lower time frame. It's actually looking for this from here. I think I've already drawn it, but let me draw it again. It's looking for this one. Why is it looking for this particular one? Is because from the higher time frame perspective, price wants to reach for a PD array. Okay, from the high time frame perspective, after this candle closed, based on that big rejection, right, based on that gap, price is looking to go for a higher time frame PD array, which is from that candle perspective is going to be that candle's low. So on the lower time frame, any imbalance that exists, it's not going to be seen. It's going to be quote unquote be rejected. Okay, so this gap here is going to be rejected. That's going to reject. That's on currencies, but on crypto is different. Okay, on cryptocurrencies is different. It can hold, and then they can send it up, or it can take out the low. So I think yesterday, if you listen closely, I said it can go up from here, or it can take out this low. But if this was like currencies, then definitely they will take out that low. Okay, so I'm not surprised. And there is another gap down here, so watch that, because as price is coming down, on Bitcoin, this can also come to this before giving any potential confirmation that price wants to go up. Okay. So yeah, AX16 we are likely gonna come back down. Solana we are likely gonna come back down. Bitcoin possibly gonna come back down unless if price does what I've just said, close above the previous day high. If we do, then switch on all of them. Okay. Ethereum, same thing. Hype, I think Hype looks like a good sell trade if you're interested in selling. Let me actually place the short here. Something like this. Okay, that's for Hype. XRP, that's also likely gonna come down. And then Chachki, that one also did not hold, which let me go to the daily. I'm surprised because of this down candle. Right now, from a weekly perspective, this is a sign that we probably will be coming for the previous week low. And this is one of the, I'll say, the most difficult patterns to trade. Okay, one of the most difficult patterns to trade. Why is it difficult? Because first thing first, this candle is an inside candle. Okay, it's an inside candle. We had an immediate close here, so usually this should go up to this high and then go down. Okay, if we have an inside candle that is an up candle, we're supposed to go for the high before going down. So if it doesn't, that's when it becomes a little bit difficult to trade. So the fact that the H4 imbalance did not hold means price is gonna come down to this level, which I cannot pronounce the numbers because there's so many zeros, but you're looking at previous week low. Okay, previous week low. And then if they come for it, then they are likely gonna come for that one as well. Oops. Okay, so if they do come for it, then they are likely gonna come for this one as well. Okay, so that is that for the cryptos. I hope everybody has got a good understanding on what to do based on Bitcoin. So everything is gonna be hinging around Bitcoin. So keep Bitcoin, and actually put Bitcoin first, Ethereum second, Solana third, Ripple fourth, Hype fifth, and then that way. Okay, so Bitcoin being the dollar index, then everything else will follow that one. Okay, so let's now go back to the currencies and look at what I was saying. So you can see they actually went straight to the landing gap, and then you're seeing another rejection, right? And that is what I was gonna talk about once I finished the cryptos, but they've already dipped into it and it's going away. So price is likely gonna go up here, and from the lower time frame perspective, it looks like there's nothing in here in terms of gaps. There's nothing in here. There's a small little one right over there. Okay, there's a small little one over there, so watch that. I think that's where they are likely gonna take price to, which comes in at 97.228. Okay, so watch that area. That is where I think price might go to, and then we will see if they can break it, or that's where probably the high of the day is gonna form. Okay, if New York can trade through this high, then this is where likely the high of the day is gonna form during the New York session. So keep an eye on it for New York session, because they've now pulled back into the London gap in New York. Okay, so we are expecting price to resume going up, and then at the same time have a line on previous day's high. Like this, because we want to see today close above it. If today closes above it, that'll be a great thing. All right, and like I said, watch crude oil. Crude oil is maybe the trade for the day, right? If we can get this candle to close, this might give us a nice sell idea to come for these lows. Okay, so that's pretty much all from me for now. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you same time tomorrow for another session. Take care.